I knew he never left, I heard him every day.
Seriously. What? So, you may be wondering why I'm at my desk already right now. Well, that's just because it fits with the movie we're gonna review today. And just like that movie, I want to play up the simplicity aspect much more than I should. Or maybe you'll like the style, I don't know. But anyways, now we're getting into the movie we're reviewing, which of course you'll know is the most popular movie on the internet right now. What the no! I'm of course talking about Charm. What? You don't know what that is, and you call yourself a fan of that movie? Yes, I am talking about Encanto, a 2021 computer-animated fantasy musical film released in 2021. A month after it was released in theaters, it was released on Disney Plus, however, which really hurt its box office, I'd tell you. But anyways, it didn't really hurt the success of the movie itself, so let's get into it. And also wind up the scenery. Anyways, since this is literally the biggest animated movie on the internet right now, what movie did Disney create for everybody to be raving about? So, in Colombia, Encanto follows the magical Madrigal family, who when they come of age, every child in the family gets a magical power, or gift, as it's referred to in the movie. I meant to say referred. Oops. Their family's gifts, as well as their casita, come from their magical candle, which was created as a memorial when the abuela Alma lost her husband to invaders of their previous community, as gifts are then given to Alma's children and their children when they come of age. Decades and decades later, our main character, Alma's granddaughter Mirabelle, who didn't actually end up getting a gift due to her messing up the ritual, starts to notice cracks in the casita, as well as noticing that her family members are all starting to lose control of their powers. And now, Mirabelle's on a quest inside the casita to discover why the miracle may be fading, by investigating certain parts in the casita, as well as also getting insights from her own family members. Now, I know a lot of people really love this movie, but I don't agree with that. Now, I'm not saying that you can just torture me with torches and pitchforks pointing at me, so just calm down and let me explain. I think Encanto is very, very watchable, really enjoyable, and just simply good. It's a good film. There's not much more to it. I mean, if you can explain, then explain it down in the comments. Anyways, I will be making another video down the line that will discuss what I think would be a great version of Encanto, but that is again for another video. Now, just onto the review. However, something that I can't deny is great about the movie is the animation. There's just so much finesse and, well, dare I say it, effort put into the animation with its overbearing creativity and amazingly animated musical numbers to the point that it could even be considered innovation in the art of creativity. Now, you may have actually noticed in my previous 3 reviews that when I mentioned the movie before I actually get into the review and what the plot of the movie that I review is about, I quickly mentioned the studio that releases and makes the movie. Why didn't I mention it for Encanto? Because, well, we already all know who makes Encanto. Walt Disney Animation Studios. This is their 60th feature film, to be exact. Another thing that's really good about the movie are the characters. In the little screen time they have in the movie, as the focus is mainly on Mirabelle, as well as Alma, we do actually get to know their personalities, and they steal the show when they come on and are given a lot more focus. I must mention that Dolores is a little bit of the villain in here. And I mean the flesh and bone villain. Spoiler alert, by the way. If you don't want to get spoiled, then skip to this part of the video. But anyways, continuing on, Abuela Alma is the antagonist. But I'm just saying that Dolores is maybe more of the flesh and bone villain that people have been talking about that Encanto is missing. It's a little bit like in South Park Bigger, Longer, and Uncut, where Satan is the villain that has a lesser impact on the story and is more of a threat to the events that go on, while Sheila is the antagonist of the feature that has a much bigger impact on the story and actually causes the main conflict. Just wanted to quickly get it out there that it's the same thing kind of here with Encanto. I'm not really going to go too much into Dolores' motives, but if you want to know, then I highly recommend checking out Film Theory's video that actually discusses why Dolores is the flesh and bone villain of the film. Anyways, back into the review, and onto the characters themselves, the rest of the characters that is. Luisa and Isabella are smartly given their own musical numbers to express their I wants of how they feel. I mean, of course, Mirabel, since she is the protagonist, is also given her own I Want song, Waiting on a Miracle, which is spectacularly animated, by the way. I love how everything just slows down to present how Mirabel just doesn't really feel like she's in the family, because that's not really how Alma treats her. But Surface Pressure and What Else Can I Do are also bangers. They are just so fun and so upbeat that it made me want to dance along. But of course, you want me to talk about Bruno, no. Yes, We Don't Talk About Bruno is a bopping song, but Bruno himself, voiced by the voice of Sid in Ice Age, John Leguizamo, is actually one of my favorite characters in the entire film. He has this vision-like power of producing green energy to see into the future and create vision pads that predict what the future would become. And the reason why he just hides in the walls in the casita is because he was afraid that he would get hated again for his visions, which is basically explained in We Don't Talk About Bruno. And seeing Bruno in the walls and seeing where he lived all this time since he ran away, it is actually pretty interesting to explore this secret member of the family hiding in the walls since he was rejected out of the family. That's actual character development, and I appreciate that. However, the one thing I have to talk about is the simplicity aspect. Encanto basically only takes place in the Madrigal's community. While the second trailer presented it as more of an epic quest where some of the family members also join along to help Mirabel on her journey, in the final film, moments like that are actually in the musical numbers. Like, for example, this cliff-hanging shot with Mirabel and Luisa here in the second trailer is actually in Surface Pressure. I mean, I do like the unique twist on the whole going on a quest trope. Having it take place just within the casita and making it much larger to explore than expected, that actually does lead to some pretty abstract and amazing visuals, I will give it that. And it is a clever twist, and one that could work in a different film. However, the key words are in a different film, because the simplicity aspect doesn't really work well with a family with magical powers. Many more films, in fact, even some Disney films, handle the simplicity aspect much better than Encanto. You get it. The simplicity aspect isn't really played up well in Encanto, and it makes the writing more lazy, if anything. Now, this is not to criticize the film, because, like I said, it is very, very enjoyable, and that is mainly due to the animation, the characters' personalities, and of course the songs. I mean, except for the opening song, which is basically pointless because at this point we already know about what most of these characters can do, so there's not really much of a point. But the rest of the musical songs are bangers. Now, I've already talked We don't talk about Bruno, Waiting on a Miracle, Surface Pressure, and What Else Can I Do? But the others are also just absolute bops that again make you want to dance to them. In fact, one of the songs was actually used in the film's trailers. It's not really a song that's actually sung by one of the characters, but you know which one it is. It plays at the end credits, as well as some parts throughout the film. I mean, potentially there could be a great Encanto film with that extremely small chance of an Encanto 2 happening, since Disney is more focusing on original films right now than sequels. And Walt Disney Animation Studios has announced that the next animated sequel film that they're working on is actually a sequel to Raya and the Last Dragon, a much more superior film to Encanto that also came out in the same year. So it looks like there won't be an Encanto 2 until, say, 2025 to 2026, if Raya and the Last Dragon 2 comes out that soon. Which in this case, right now, I won't really be surprised, since it's kind of like 1 year more than the window between Sonic the Hedgehog 1 and Sonic the Hedgehog 2. In conclusion, Encanto is a really enjoyable, fun, and pretty good film that does deserve a lot of rewatches that it gets, but it's just not a great movie. Its noticeable flaws, just including its plot holes that I forgot to mention, just bring it down to a good movie and nothing more. And the thing is, the concept can actually be great. When the film was originally announced and the concept for the film, the basic story was revealed, it actually sounded like it could be a great movie with good potential. But alas, it just turned into a really enjoyable and fun, but overall just plain good movie. I mean, I don't understand all of the praise it gets, and I do understand the hype though, but it's just, I'm not really rehearsed for this, but it's just not really a movie to rave about. Again, I'll make a video later down the line explaining what a great version of Encanto could be, but as for the final film that we've got, Encanto still gets a B-. The concept for this movie, again, could have been the potential to lead to a great movie, and you can see the materials in there that could make a great movie in the final film, but it's just that what we got is just enjoyable, and nothing more. So, if you just want to rave about Encanto, then just go ahead. I respect other people's opinions if you respect mine. It's just that Encanto's not a great movie. It's just good, and that's just all I can add. But anyways, now that we are actually here at my desk right now, and we are actually done with Encanto, for now, it's now time that we go ahead and move on to the next review in the recommendation hat. Oh, and by the way, if you want to suggest me a movie that you would like me to review and I will put onto the recommendation hat, then all you have to do is just write me an email at fergusreviews@gmail.com. Okay, so it's actually, oh, you know what, I actually got it real quick. And so, the next review shall be, hold on. Nope. Okay, hold on. Sorry about that. I actually already did this one. It's, Come On, Come On. So, yep. That was a mistake. Okay. I already did Come On, Come On. Okay. After that, a little bit of a mistake there. The next review shall be, is it going to be better than Encanto? Is it going to be a step up from Encanto? Because that's not a high bar to reach. Ah, this is a huge step up, actually. Oh my god, this is certainly better than Encanto. Well, not really necessarily on how it performed during its run, but this was actually more of a flop than anything, but this is definitely one of my personal favorite movies of last year, I must say. And yes, since we are looking at a film better than Encanto, and one of my favorite films of last year, of course, I just want to quickly mention that this film right here, we're gonna have to get a little bit more serious with this review, because this movie actually tackles very heavy themes. And I mean right into drug territory right here, because many films geared towards more adult audiences, like say M-rated movies or PG-13 rated movies for your American viewers who are watching my channel, some of those movies actually are brave enough to tackle drug themes, and the movie that I'm going to review next is certainly one of them.